Picture this. You're sitting in your favorite chair. You go to stand up and for a moment your legs just don't move the way they used to. You push off with your hands. Maybe you rock forward once, twice, before you finally get up. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many adults notice this exact thing happening somewhere in their 60s, 70s, or beyond. It can feel a little unsettling the first time you really notice it. One day, standing up was automatic. Now it takes a bit of effort, maybe even a bit of planning. Here's the encouraging news. This isn't simply something you have to accept. In most cases, it doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It usually means one specific set of muscles isn't being challenged the way it used to be. And the good news is, those muscles still respond. They still adapt, even now. Today, I'm going to show you 3 simple exercises that can help you stand up from a chair with more strength, more control, and more confidence. These aren't complicated. You don't need a gym, you don't need special equipment. Most of what you need is already in your living room. After years of working with older adults on exactly this kind of everyday movement, one thing becomes clear pretty quickly. Standing up from a chair isn't just about your legs getting you upright. It's about whether you can get out of a car without help, whether you can get up off the toilet safely, whether you can play with your grandchildren on the floor and then get back up again without a struggle. That's what we're really practicing here. Not exercise for its own sake, independence. One thing many people don't realize is that the third exercise we'll cover today often matters more than the first 2 combined, and it's the one almost everyone skips. We'll get there. If you're watching this, let me know one thing in the comments. Does standing up feel harder in the morning, or does it happen throughout the day? It helps to know what other people are experiencing too. Now, let's talk about why this happens in the first place. When you stand up from a chair, one group of muscles does most of the heavy lifting. They're called your quadriceps. That's simply the muscles running down the front of your thighs. Their job is to straighten your knees and push your body upward. Your glutes help too. Those are the muscles around your hips, and they help drive your body forward and up as you rise. As we get older, it's common for these muscles to gradually lose some strength if they're not regularly challenged. Notice I said challenged, not exercised. Many daily routines simply don't ask much of these muscles anymore. Softer chairs, fewer stairs, more sitting throughout the day. It's not that your body forgot how to do this, it's that it hasn't been asked to practice it in a while. This is different from many other signs of aging. Muscle strength tends to respond well to consistent, appropriate practice, often at any age. That's not a promise of dramatic transformation. It's simply how muscles tend to work. There's also a coordination piece. Standing up isn't only about strength, it's about your body knowing how to shift its weight forward, engage the right muscles at the right moment, and control the movement smoothly. That skill can fade a little from disuse too, and like strength, it often responds to practice. So we have 2 things working against each other here. Reduced daily challenge on one side, the body's natural ability to adapt on the other. The exercises we're about to walk through are designed to give your legs exactly the kind of practice they've been missing, in a way that's safe, manageable, and realistic for where you are right now. Let's begin with the first one. This first exercise is the foundation for everything else we'll do today. It's called the sit to stand, and it's exactly what it sounds like, standing up from a chair on purpose as practice. It looks almost too simple. That's exactly why so many people overlook it. But this movement trains the precise muscles and the precise pattern you use every single time you get out of a chair, out of a car, or up from the toilet. Here's how to do it. Sit toward the front of a sturdy chair, one with arms if that feels more secure. Place your feet flat on the floor, positioned roughly under your knees, not out in front of you. Lean your chest slightly forward, This shifts your weight over your feet where your legs can actually do the work. Press firmly through your heels and slowly rise up. Take about 2 seconds to rise. No rushing, no jerking, just steady, controlled effort. Once you're standing, pause for a moment. Stand tall. Feel your balance settle. Then lower yourself back down just as slowly, over about 3 seconds, and let the chair catch you gently rather than dropping into it. As you stand, breathe out. As you lower, breathe in. Nothing complicated, just don't hold your breath through the movement. If you need support at first, that's completely fine. Keep your hands on the arms of the chair or place them on your thighs for a little extra push. There's no shame in using support. The goal is safe, steady progress, not proving anything to anyone. If this feels too difficult at first, try a taller chair or add a firm cushion to raise the seat height. A higher starting point means less distance to travel, which makes the movement more manageable while you build strength. For most beginners, 6 to 8 repetitions is a great place to start. One set is enough in the beginning. You can practice this 2 to 3 times a week, always with a day of rest between sessions to let your muscles recover. One common mistake is using momentum, rocking the body forward quickly to launch upward. It might get you standing, but it skips the muscle work you're actually trying to build. Slow and controlled will always serve you better here. As you get stronger, you can reduce how much you lean on your hands. Eventually, many people can do this movement with their arms crossed over their chest, no support needed at all. Every single repetition of this exercise is practice for getting out of your favorite chair with ease. Now, strength alone isn't quite the whole picture. There's a second piece that works alongside it, and it's just as important for standing up smoothly. It has to do with where your weight goes just before you rise. This next exercise trains exactly that. It's called the forward weight shift or seated lean, and it teaches your body the exact motion that makes standing up feel effortless instead of like a struggle. Sit near the front of your chair again, feet flat on the floor. This time, without standing up, simply practice leaning your chest forward over your knees as though you were about to rise, then sit back upright, slowly, with control. Lean forward for about 2 seconds, return upright for about 2 seconds. This teaches your body to shift its center of weight forward on command, which is often the exact part of standing up that feels the most unfamiliar or hesitant for people. 8 to 10 repetitions is a comfortable starting point, once or twice through, 2 to 3 times a week. A common mistake here is rounding the back too much. Keep your spine long and let the movement come from your hips, not your shoulders. This might feel almost too gentle to matter, but this small motion is often the missing link between having strong legs and actually using that strength smoothly and confidently. Together, these two exercises are already building something valuable: strength and the coordination to use it. But there's one more piece still missing, and it's the one that most people never think to practice at all. Most people assume that once their legs are strong enough, standing up will simply take care of itself. But here's something worth noticing. Standing up isn't just about strength, it's about staying steady once you're upright. Have you ever stood up too quickly and felt a small wobble before your balance caught up with you? That moment, right after standing, is where many people feel the least confident, and it's almost never addressed by strength alone. That's exactly what this third exercise is for. It's called the supported single leg stand, and it trains the stability your body needs the instant you're on your feet. Stand behind a sturdy chair or countertop, something that won't slide or tip. Hold on lightly with both hands, just enough for confidence, not for support you're leaning your full weight into. Shift your weight onto one leg and gently lift the other foot just an inch or two off the floor. Not high, just enough to take the weight off it. Hold that position for about 5 seconds. Breathe normally the whole time. Lower your foot back down and switch to the other side. That's one full round. Start with 2 or 3 rounds on each leg, resting briefly in between. If 5 seconds feels easy, that's wonderful. You can slowly work your way up to 10 or 15 seconds over time. If it feels wobbly at first, that's completely normal too. Balance is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with practice. One common mistake is gripping the chair too tightly and locking the arms. Let your hands rest lightly instead. The goal is for your legs and core to do the balancing, with your hands simply there as a safety net. This is the exercise people tend to skip because it doesn't feel like traditional exercise. There's no obvious effort, no burn, nothing dramatic happening. But this is often the piece that determines whether standing up feels secure or shaky. It's the difference between rising from a chair and immediately feeling grounded versus rising and needing a moment to steady yourself. Every time you practice this, you're teaching your body to trust its footing the instant your weight shifts. That's not just useful for standing up from a chair. That's the same steadiness you rely on getting out of a car, stepping off a curb, or catching yourself after an unexpected stumble. 3 exercises, 3 different pieces of the same puzzle. The sit to stand builds the raw strength. The forward weight shift teaches your body how to use that strength smoothly. The supported single leg stand gives you the stability to feel steady the moment you're upright. None of these exercises are difficult on their own. What matters is bringing them together consistently over time. Here's how to put this into a simple plan. Start with 2 to 3 days a week, not every day. Your muscles need rest in between sessions to actually get stronger. On each of those days, work through all 3 exercises in order. Sit to stands first, since they take the most effort, then the forward weight shift, then finish with the single leg stands, since balance work is often easier to do once your legs are warmed up. The entire routine takes somewhere around 10 to 15 minutes. That's it. 10 to 15 minutes, a few times a week, aimed directly at one of the most important movements in your entire day. You don't need to chase soreness. You don't need to push until you're exhausted. Leave 1 or 2 repetitions in reserve every time. The goal is quality, not intensity. As these exercises start to feel easier, that's your body telling you it's ready for a little more. You might reduce how much support you use. You might slow the movements even further to increase the control required. You might add a few more repetitions. Small, gradual steps are always the safest path forward. And if you experience any sharp or worsening pain at any point, that's different from normal muscle effort, and it's worth checking in with your doctor or physical therapist before continuing. What matters most isn't perfection, it's consistency. 2 to 3 sessions a week practiced steadily tend to be far more valuable than one intense session followed by weeks of nothing. Think back to where we started. That small hesitation before standing up, that moment of pushing off with your hands just to get upright. Here's what I want you to understand. That moment doesn't have to be permanent. Your legs still know how to get stronger. Your body still knows how to adapt. It simply needs the right kind of practice, given consistently over time. You don't need to become an athlete. You're not training for a marathon. You're training for the life you already have. Standing up from your favorite chair, getting out of the car without a second thought, getting down on the floor with your grandchildren, and getting back up again with ease. That's what these 3 exercises are really for. Not perfection, not dramatic transformation overnight, just steady, meaningful progress towards standing up with strength, moving with confidence, and staying independent in the life you enjoy. Start this week, even just 2 sessions. Notice how your legs feel by the end of the first one. Notice how standing up feels a little different by the end of the second week. If these exercises are helpful, and if this kind of practical, everyday guidance is something you'd like more of, you're always welcome to subscribe. Our goal here is simple: helping you stay strong, steady, and independent for as many years as possible. Try these 3 exercises this week and come back and let us know how standing up feels afterward. I'd genuinely like to hear about it. Your legs got you this far. With a little consistent practice, they can keep carrying you through everyday life for a long time to come. Take care of yourself and keep moving with confidence.